Dude, so Like a Farmer, we've been doing it. Josh Allen, the Bills quarterback, and I started Like a Farmer podcast probably 2 years ago. We had no idea what we were going to do, but we knew we wanted to highlight kind of rural America. And we had a select few pillars under this umbrella that we really wanted to focus on. You know, outdoors, and that's anything outdoors. Y'all get it. I mean, just getting outdoors, whether it's
100%.
hunting, fishing, farming. Sports was a big thing. I think we probably narrowed down sports that we wanted to highlight a little more, whether that's NASCAR, whether that's college football, you know, kind of those rural America.
Southern-ish
pieces. Food. I mean, this is the biggest thing right now, not only where your food comes from, but who's growing your food. And then country music. I mean, dude, this is the #1 genre streamed over the last 2 or 3 years, and everybody's getting into it. So Josh and I were like, look, if we can focus on those 4 pillars and do it the right way and be authentic about it, then we feel like we have something. So, yeah, that's what we've been doing the last 2 years.
Out here, the stakes are real. Effective preparation starts with fitness, but it requires so much more. This show explores the tools, knowledge, resilience, and skills needed to be ready when it matters the most. Join me, Rich Froning, as we apply the decades of wisdom I've gained through training and competition to hunting in the backcountry. This is In Pursuit, brought to you by Mountain Ops, in collaboration with Mayhem Hunt.
We did the Red Bull Rancher Strong. Am I allowed to say Red Bull on here? I didn't know if there's
that's fine. No, we got no.
We did
if Red Bull wants to sponsor the podcast or anything else, let us know.
Oh, dude, they're the best, man. But they did the Rancher Strong event in Texas.
He did it. One of our athletes.
Yeah.
Brazilian?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, I was I broadcasted the event.
Yeah.
And like, you don't realize, and y'all get it, but those dudes are athletes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like really, really good athletes.
So that was honestly, it was kind of like a CrossFit competition, but with ranching is what it felt like when I saw the videos.
It's like what every brand is either doing or trying to do right now. There's this whole area in the country, and it doesn't matter what state. There's rural pockets in Florida. California is the largest ag state in the country. Nobody even knows that, right? So, like, they want to attack. There's 60 million people in rural America, and it's not really those people – because that's easy, right? Those are easy to go grab their attention. It's the people that want to be in that lifestyle. Red Bull's like, hey, we want in. And they did Red Bull Rancher Strong in Texas. They called me up to broadcast it, and it was awesome. I mean, everybody – it was a rodeo-style event, and it was a great turnout. And it was just really cool to see, like, those athletes are – they call themselves athletes too. Like, you're like, what are you talking about? Like, you lift weights or you do CrossFit. And it's like, dude, they can go and do anything they want. And they work on that 24/7, their body, their mind, everything. Like, they're unbelievable human beings.
Yeah. Like Guy, one of our athletes that trains here from Brazil, he did something to his shoulder.
He dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah, subluxed it, but yeah.
Oh, I thought it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing, but it's a little less aggressive. But he missed the finals, I think, for some little.
He got up there, though.
Yeah, he got up there. It was close. Who ended up winning that? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was obviously we had a female winner, we had a male winner. And
I'll look it up. We'll look it up.
You have to fact check me.
Yeah, that's right. So give us your background. You said you've been farming, ranching in Florida for generations. You said brought cattle from Cuba.
Yeah, I mean, dude, my family started a long time ago, and we're 6th generation citrus and cattle.
Awesome. Yeah,
and it got to a point where, my great-grandfather started it, and then it just gets passed down in generations. But the funny thing about farming, it's like that the generations never leave. I mean, it's one of those things that you truly are going to have to take them out in their casket from the grove, right?
That's what they do, right?
My grandfather still goes to the office every day. Now, my mom and my older brother have more recently took over the operation, but it's a family affair. And you're going through the ups and the downs as a family, and it's a necessity. I think it's one of the most thankless jobs in America, at least. But so my family started doing that. I went down a different route of like, hey, I knew I wanted to be in agriculture in some facet. I'm not the guy that's going to be out on the farm every single day. Like, everybody's like, well, you come from a farming family, you must be a farmer. And it's like, look, I started a company called Like a Farmer. I'm going to live my life like a farmer. I'm going to eat like a farmer. I'm going to play like a farmer. I'm going to party like a farmer. I'm going to do I'm going to work like a farmer. I mean, 24/7, whatever I put my mind to, I'm going to do it like a farmer does it, but I'm not a full-time farmer. I never want to be classified as that. I want to be classified as a guy that like made
Promotes
farming
it.
cool,
Yeah,
promotes it.
Yep.
I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, we have a serious issue with this youth in agriculture of like, we need that next generation to step up. And in multiple ways of like not only learning what farming is, but learning how to do it. Because think about there's tractors driving themselves now. Like technology is getting over everybody's head. So we need my generation, the next generation to kind of keep up. Social media, where it can be a bad thing, is also a tool though. And you need that in agriculture. You have so many beef farmers going direct to consumer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, cutting the middleman out, like, hey, let me grow it on my farm and let me sell it, let me market it, let me sell it to the people. So we, outside of, me wanting to promote agriculture, I started in finance. Like I was at Ag America lending money to farmers and ranchers across the country, and I had a passion for that. 2020 came, and you started to see a kind of a change in who your borrower base was. We went from 70% full-time farmers and ranchers borrowing money to doctors, attorneys, country musicians, athletes. Like, what's happening? Well, everybody started looking over their shoulder like, wow, I want to own a farm, or I want to be
Connected.
an outdoorsman, connected to the outdoors, because like I'm stuck inside all day. Hobby farmers started to get very popular. Yellowstone comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got this Yellowstone effect of like, okay, well now
We have a quarter horse because of that movie.
everybody wants to wear cowboy boots. Everybody wants to drive a pickup truck. Everybody wants to listen to country music. It's like there is a mission, a brand, however you want to say it, of like this rural America wave coming over the country. And like, I want to attack it. And I kind of looked at it as like, hey, I want to create the barstool of rural America. Focus on those 4 pillars like I mentioned earlier. And it's like, man, I'm behind the desk. Like I'm a bean counter, man. Like I'm a lender. Like I'm a nobody in front of the camera. So I need to go partner with somebody that like is going to help me. Well, I happen to know this kid out of Fireball, California, who had just played football at Wyoming. He got drafted by the Bills. And it's like, so I was at Augusta National with Josh Allen, the Bills quarterback. And I was like, hey, we've known each other for a couple of years now, but I have this idea of like wanting to highlight rural America and all that it entails. And I need somebody like you to help me out. Because people are starting to know now who the true Josh is, of like, he's just a small town farm boy as well. But I was like, I need you to help me. Dude, he thought about it for 5 seconds, said, Pat, I'm in, and that was the rest was history, man. We started the Like a Farmer podcast, but now we've got 5 or 6 shows under the umbrella.
How did you first get connected with him originally? Because you
through
said
business, because
yeah.
we both through agriculture. Like his family is still heavily involved in agriculture. My family is still heavily involved in agriculture, and we just kind of got connected that way.
We hunted in Wyoming this year, and everyone that was there that's like from there, they were talking about how he'll still do like local radio ads and stuff. Like they had nothing but good things to say about Josh Allen. They love Josh Allen. I actually didn't realize he was from California. I thought he was from
Wyoming.
The way they talked about him, I thought he was from Wyoming.
Hometown boy.
I knew he went to Wyoming.
Dude, Fireball, California, and I say this all the time. He hates when I say it, but it's the truth. You get to a point.
Is it Northern California?
Fireball's like more of that Central Valley, Fresno County area. You get to a point around the country where you're either from the South and you just love college football, man. Like some of my boys down south, like they don't even know what Sunday is. They know what Saturday is, man. Like I love college football.
Bird.
Yeah.
Bird would be here.
You know what I'm saying? And then you go into states like Alabama, Missouri, what else am I missing that doesn't have Nebraska, and like the NFL at one point I want to say maybe went downhill a little bit, how they were dealing with some of the stuff, maybe kneeling for the anthem, social issues, whatever. There's a lot of fans that they lost. Well, now when you go back to these towns and these even states that don't have professional football teams, you ask them, like, who do you like? Well, I like that Josh Allen kid. Like, he's authentic, man. He is who he is. He's a country boy. Like, there is a lot of fans now of the Buffalo Bills because of Josh Allen, because of who he is and where he came from. And that's just, in my opinion, kind of has made the sport more popular because of him. And he hates when I say that, but it's the truth, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a connection. I mean, obviously you've got population centers that control a lot of, we can get into whatever, politics, but there's a lot of people outside those centers that feel either unrepresented in sports, in different current events, I guess. And so when you have a connection to a guy that is from where you're from or from a situation that you're in, heck yeah, the connection is there for sure. And Josh seems like that dude.
Great team around him too, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Josh changed my life, but his marketing agent T Stum, who's here in Nashville, he changed my life as well. I mean, to have confidence in, you know, a guy that he had only knew for a couple years to go start a business really based around him. I mean, he's a big time owner in this business with me, and it's been really cool. I mean, he's, like I said, he's authentic. You get what you see type of deal.
What percentage would you say is citrus and which percent is cattle for you guys, family-wise? 50-50?
I mean, acreage-wise, you know, obviously it's more on the cattle side.
Okay, yeah.
But when you think about,
what's
like,
your ratio?
workload.
What's your ratio down there? Cow-calf per acre?
Shoot, man. I mean, we're lucky in Florida. I think, what is it in Texas? You got to have like 1 per acre. I mean, dude, we'll throw 5 or 6 per acre on there.
Right,
Not really, but in a cow-calf operation. Now, you can't raise them big enough to kind of take them. You can't, but we ship a lot of ours to Mississippi right now. But workload-wise, and I mean, it's about 50-50, but like acreage-wise, yeah. But we're still, 3 to 4 an acre.
3 to 4 an acre. Yeah, and we're about 1.5 here, just depending on the year. And then the bison, pretty similar. Buffalo, similar to cows. There's not a ton of difference as far as feeding them out and that type of thing. The hard part, obviously, is when you get them corralled up, they get a little bit more ornery. Granted, those Highland cows on the other side of the driveway, those are my wife's. They're
pets.
Those are pets. Those are golden doodles with horns. Were any of them out when
Yeah,
you're driving down the driveway?
There was one out.
Yeah, there's usually 3. There's three of the calves. We got to do a little bit better at the fencing. They just
3 yesterday and 1 today.
1 today?
Yeah.
Okay. They kind of come and go as they want,
The cattle business is such a funny, I mean, it fluctuates, obviously. Now it's really everybody the last, 8, 10, 12 months. It's like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm in the cattle business. But 2015 was really good. After 2015 until right now, it was really not good. Citrus, it is what it is. It's so like consumer based, man. I remember when COVID happened, and if you can get something to go viral online, you could hit. Like, man, I heard if you drink orange juice, it cures COVID. I'm like, hell yeah, it
Let's
does,
do it.
baby. Go buy some orange juice.
Put some lemon in your water.
Exactly. You just never know how the consumer is gonna, take it. But dude, salt of the earth, man. It's so funny depending on what they farm. It's like a dairy farmer is so much different than a citrus farmer. A citrus farmer is so much, different than a
Barry's
cotton
got
and peanut
the fight
farmer.
against the nut milks.
Yep. Correct.
What is citrus fight? You guys have a fight, like somebody you go against?
No, we fight a
Coke or
bug,
anything?
dude. We had a
Bugs.
bug, little greening. Greening is a psyllid
Yeah.
that came over, and it kills the tree so
Where'd it
much
come
quicker than it. Asia.
They're fighting Big Bug.
Big bugs.
Yeah.
Who is it? No, who was it? Oh, did you watch the Meat Eater episode with Luke Combs?
Yes.
And they were talking about putting lemon on your
and
pork,
Luke said
big citrus.
Big citrus.
You're part of Big Citrus,
Asia.
bro.
Citrus green. Yeah, Asia.
Yeah, you're part of Big Citrus.
Yeah, exactly.
He is Big Citrus.
You are Big Citrus.
Yeah.
Angelo, one of the other guys that's on the podcast from time to time, he's against chapstick because of big chapstick.
Big petroleum.
Big petroleum. I was like, I don't think chapstick is their primary consumer.
Have you noticed? You mentioned like maybe like a beef farmer going like direct to consumer. Have you noticed? Are those like large farms that used to sell to like a chain store, or is it a smaller farm that's just thinking of a more creative way to get to the market?
I think it can be both, man. I mean, like I mentioned, there's this middleman coming in that's paying you X, but then selling it to the grocery stores for a lot higher. Mm-hmm. I don't think it matters what size it is. I just think immediately when you say you're going to direct to consumer, what's the number one thing now that you have to be a genius at? And that's marketing. That's correct. And now what all does marketing entail, dude? It's boots on the ground. It's activations. It's social media. Like you're adding a new tool to your toolbox. That's what I'm saying. Like my grandfather can't do that.
Right.
You know, my mom, I mean, I love my mom. Like she's the best. Like, but she you need this next generation to come in because that's what it's going to go to. Mm-hmm. Now citrus, we have a co-op, right? Like anytime you drink Florida's Natural, that's our oranges. Okay. You know, there's a handful of us that are in that co-op. So, but that's the other thing, right? That's marketing right there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just speaking from the meat side. There's so many regulations, and we had Bill Haggerty out he's a senator from here, and just talking about how hard it is to get these things processed. So like a guy like Scott, you guys do direct to consumer from a farmer every year, right? You guys usually take a half or a quarter or whatever.
Yeah, so we just work with the farmer,
but
buy
you
the cow.
technically have to buy the cow.
Yep.
You're not buying the meat. You have to buy the cow before it goes, and I don't know, did you guys have to go watch it be live weighed and all that stuff?
So what happens for us is we communicate with the farmer, we buy the cow, and then he takes it to the processor, and then you basically just pay the processor from there, and what you're paying the farmer for is based on live weight. But we didn't have to watch it. But then the other thing too is like, with you guys went to a specific facility for the bison. Mm-hmm. Like this is a processor you could take like a deer to. So everything's marked like not for sale, which obviously like
is for sale. Well, so that's the hard part, and then obviously there's systems around it. Ours, when we were selling them at the coffee shop, which we're trying to get away from, we talked a little bit off, but the regulations are you have to have a USDA processor. That doesn't mean anything. It just means you're paying a guy to watch them slaughter. There's no difference.
They have that label
in the way anything gets killed or like. The first processor we went to, we never went back, if that tells you anything. You know, like there's no reason why this processor is better than that processor other than they wanted to pay the USDA guy to get more. And so the regulations behind a lot of that stuff. And I mean, what was it? Back during COVID, this was, I think they brought light to it, but there was like 4 main producers or slaughterhouses essentially.
Yeah, and you got 4 of them, and it's just like, okay, well, let's
I'm all for government hands off, but also like, hey, that's a bit ridiculous, you know?
Yeah, I'm with you, but isn't it funny? Like, we've been talking for 10 minutes about important stuff that, dude, you can't turn on TV and you hear people talk about this. No. And you talk about, are we allowed to have guns? How many genders can come into one bathroom? Like, they don't... you probably can count how many times like a politician says farmer or agriculture. Yeah. It's like there's stuff that we need to be talking about or 100%. Highlighting.
Because if we're not getting our food from us, where are we going to get it from?
I was just about.
And then that's a whole nother issue of other countries buying our property or our land and taking over farming. I'm sorry, I can't say that. I'll forget.
2 things that we have to be like independent on, like our military, our protection, and our food source. Mm-hmm. I can roll with the punches on everything else, but I can't rely on another country protecting me, and I cannot rely on another country to
supply
feed me
food.
Dude, the food that we have leaving the States would make you sick, and because we're feeding other countries, and that's why this whole like other
Tariffs.
countries coming here to buy our land. Like, dude, that's just not gonna fly, man. It's just not.
No, it can't. That's a whole nother issue.
All right, I've got another can of worms then.
Scott said he's got some hard hitters he's ready to have.
I was curious your perspective on this. Not to like disparage any kind of farmer, right? But I feel like now there's this wave of a lot of people are pushing for like smaller farms that might have crop and livestock on it rather than a huge feedlot of cattle or chickens or a giant corn, whatever it may be. Like, I think you probably need both of those, but what do you think is like the fine line between the farm actually like taking away from the land rather than like regenerative farming, which I feel like is kind of maybe a buzzword in the community, but
I mean, I think it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You have this group of people, and it was a lot of people that came in and they wanted to get into agriculture to be a hobby farmer. Mm-hmm. Now, there's 2 ways you can look at that. there was an issue with people that wanted tax, right? Like we have the green belt down in Florida. I don't
have it here.
Okay. Yep. Like, dude, you're coming in to buy, 20, 30 acres and you have to put 3 cows on it just to get like a little bit break on your taxes like that. And they don't even know what a cow looks like or even how to spell cow.
They just have them.
Correct. Now, the flip side are other people that just want to basically be, their own supplier. Like, hey, I am actually going to grow my own food, that are educating themselves on what farming is. Adrian Grenier, who's a great friend of mine, Vinny Chase from Entourage.
No, okay.
Have y'all watched the TV show Entourage?
No, but I know what you're talking
I know what you're talking
Dude, are you
about.
kidding me? Entourage?
Not watched it, no.
Oh my God. When you get home tonight, you need to turn on Entourage. Anyways, he was a New York guy, moved into Hollywood, did all of his Hollywood projects. Now he lives on a farm outside of Austin. And he was the perfect example of taught himself how to farm. And I can get on board with that.
Yeah.
That's just being, what would you self-sufficient?
Self-sufficient for sure.
But it's the other side of people that are just doing this just to get tax breaks on their property.
Right, yeah, that's a problem.
Now, you have to have some size when it comes to feeding the masses, don't get me wrong.
Right.
And that's where you can go down that rabbit hole of conservation. Conservation is one of the most important things that we have to focus on right now. That's why, and I'm biased towards Ducks Unlimited because my uncle's the CEO, but what Ducks Unlimited has been doing for, their lifetime is unbelievable because, people say, oh, it's just helping you shoot ducks. Well, that's a perk to it,
right?
But it's also conserving the land. We do a decent job in Florida when it comes to conservation easements. There's a pool that you have to apply your property into getting conservation easements. We went through a time where there was a big bucket of money for that, and now we are getting back to that time. So that's some things that the government could do to help agriculture in the future. Because you do need masses when it comes to acreage to feed the masses, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it is a hard conversation or a hard thing to wrap your brain around. Yeah, you've got to we have lots and lots of people in this country, and there are a lot of people that are hungry in this country. It's just such a balance, and we can get biblical with it, we can get whatever, but when you start just giving away stuff or handing out stuff, it makes people lazy. If there needs to be some type of work or some type of something to get those benefits, we can go down some deep rabbit holes there. But if we're all ish, me and Scott are from the Midwest. Scott lived in the Midwest for longer than I did. I was there for 4 years, but all my family lives in Michigan, and my mom's parents were farmers, produce to Kroger, those types of things. And so you see that though, and that's a hard living and a hard life to live. There's a difference in farm and ranch. A lot of people, most of the people, ranch is livestock and farm is vegetable, essentially. But, man, to live both of those lives are just hard lives. And people don't want to do that. And so then these big companies take on those farms, and then you've got a big problem.
Corporate America has been and is very heavily into agriculture, and you can look at it 2 different ways, whether that's a good or a bad thing. I mean, they're paying a lot, and there's some multi-generational family farmers that are getting, I guess, quote unquote, their payday. And you've got a lot of corporations that are leasing it back to somebody that actually knows how to farm, but you're not fooling me. They're looking at the asset, right? I mean, real estate's your most appreciative asset you can have on your balance sheet. It's the number one thing they're
not making any more
think
land.
It's better than cash, especially right now.
Not making any more land.
Exactly. And it's tough. I get it, man. I'm not sitting here saying you're lucky here when you look outside of your barn and your house to have all this real estate. Conservation easements is a must, but we all get it, especially down where I'm at in Florida. We got 1,000 people a day moving to Florida, and they need somewhere to live. But there's something to be said of you still have to have that dirt to grow on, and you probably could get more educated in doing more food in smaller acreage, and I think that's kind of what a lot of people are working on, but. I'm under the thought of I'd rather have food for us than having more people move here every single day. So
Yeah, we have a bit of that too, I would say, like specifically in Cookeville.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cookeville
Yeah.
especially. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm sure Nashville has a giant influx of population, but in our like small, like just since I've lived here, I've been here since 2020. The amount of people that have moved to Cookeville and like apartment complexes and
Housing
neighborhoods.
developments,
Yeah,
Y'all got a Publix here.
We got a Publix here.
That's what I'm saying.
Florida.
That should tell you right there. I'm a Florida kid. If you know that if you got a Publix in your town, you're doing something right, bro. You got a Cane's chicken. I went to Cane's last night when I got in.
amen.
We're about to get an In-N-Out
And a Target.
and a Target.
Oh yeah, In-N-Out's moving.
What do you? Okay,
We can go down that rabbit hole.
I have
Oh,
to-
shocker! In-N-Out's moving over here from California. Okay.
I have to circle back to this Cane's chicken because I think that Cane's chicken of like the fast food chickens is the best chicken, and he doesn't.
I'm Chick-fil-A guy.
Yeah.
Dude, who did I have?
We
this
get into this all the
conversation with?
time.
Oh, it was Glenny Balls. Y'all know
Oh
Glenny?
yeah.
I had the Mount Rushmore chicken. You said Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, I'm just Chick-fil-A. Well, I'm thinking too from
I'm
like
not going total menu.
I'm going quality.
I'm not going total menu. I'm going just.
So we're
the
chicken tender to chicken tender. That's it, because that's all Cane's has is chicken tenders.
I'm just talking chicken.
I'm gonna
Chicken
have
tenders.
to.
Sure.
I've been thinking about this a lot. I like Zaxby's number one.
I don't
wow.
mind Zaxby's.
So I would
but
put
it's like
Zaxby's in
Sunday
my.
chicken.
I would put Zaxby's on my Mount Rushmore, but dude, and I love like Todd Graves is somebody that like he's probably on my top 5 that I want on my show is because what Todd has built with Cane's is unbelievable.
I do like Cane's.
but I think I have to go Chick-fil-A over Cane's.
Jesus chicken, man. It's like anointed chicken.
It's just really good chicken.
It's
It's
good
not
chicken.
as fried. You don't feel as bad.
So that's I'm going off feeling, taste, like all
That's
of the
correct.
above. I do like Cane's. It's great. Chick-fil-A's just got my heart.
Because you want to definitely go down a rabbit hole. Because what I did last night was I got my Cane's, I ate it, and I just didn't feel good after. It was great, but like you just feel But thank God I got to lay in bed and finally watch ESPN because I was at a hotel.
Oh, 'cause you don't have YouTube TV.
We can go down that rabbit hole.
I had to watch
but
Pat McAfee on YouTube yesterday.
I watch Pat on YouTube every day.
Yeah, I usually watch. I'll catch it on ESPN, but I was just kids were out of school for snow.
Yeah.
Which you being from Florida, you understand. You get a sprinkle of snow and you're out.
Yeah.
He's like soft these
Yeah.
kids, and I'm like, yeah, who cares? You get out of school. Like I'm all for it. But anyway, so I was downstairs working out versus out here, and I'm trying to just catch up on a little bit of sports action from the weekend. I mean, all that mattered to me was Notre Dame won and the Lions won, but I like to keep up on the current events. And I went to YouTube TV, and crap, there's no YouTube TV, or there's no ESPN, no nothing. So I went to YouTube and found it.
So what do you mostly hunt? Ducks?
Is that your heart, your passion?
Yes, on the heart and passion. Dude,
We've never been on a good duck hunt. I've been on a duck hunt where I've killed me and my buddy
Bad
one time.
duck?
We went on a public water hunt, and we had to get there at 3 a.m. to get to the spot. I slept in a tree. In a tree, I slept.
How did wait?
Yes,
back
with
up.
George Krause.
Give more detail on sleeping in the tree. How
So
does that go?
we had a boat, like just a flat bottom boat, and there was like 4 or 5 of us, and we're trying to get a little bit of sleep because we got there. No, we got there at midnight. Got out on the water to get. I forgot how it works, but anyway, you had to get to your spot and claim the spot. And they're I'm trying to sleep, and my legs are hanging off the boat in my waders, and I'm just like, this is not comfortable. So I saw this tree, and it had this nice little bow to it, and so I climbed walked through the water, get up in the tree, and I slept in the tree. It was terrible. It was the worst thing ever. And then we shot a duck. Me and my buddy, both George Krause, shot at the same duck. So I don't even know who killed it.
Did it have a band on it?
No.
I got to tell you a band story. Going back to your
Sorry, yeah, I just
question,
hijacked
dude.
that. Yeah.
No, it's
Duck hunting.
That's
That's
a
my
story, right? It's hunting
yeah,
stories.
it's hunting
that's
stories,
that's why we should be sitting around a fire. It's my passion, dude. And we don't have great duck hunting down in Florida, but close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. Okay.
They're closed.
Closed. Everybody listening, close your eyes.
Duck season. We're going to go night before. We're all sitting by the couch, the fire, and you can just hear the little crackling. And then you have the whiskey. You're watching the Bills against the Chiefs Monday Night Football. It's a little bit late game. Those games go a little late anyways. Josh beats the Chiefs. You go to bed.
Amen.
A little tipsy. And then you lay in this nice, comfy bed because you're in a cabin. It don't have to be comfy or not. As long as you're in a cabin, you can hear the owls and whatever else you're hearing wildlife wise. 3 a.m. comes, alarm, boo. Get in the truck, you head to the duck blind, you get in the duck blind, and you hear some bacon sizzling. Like we're cooking breakfast in the duck blind. Right when that daylight hits, boy, green heads more than you can see. And you're tapped out by 8:30 and you're back at the camp. Open your eyes.
Oh, man.
That's a good morning.
Those are the types of hunts, man. Like, but you're with your boys or your girls. Like, you're just hanging out. You get to yuck it up. You get to move around. You get to just, like, really be in wildlife. And I like deer hunting. You know, down in Florida, it's fine. You can get a basket 8, maybe a 120, 130, and you're happy. Great turkey hunt down in Florida. I mean, the Osceola turkey, people are paying stupid money to go kill that. But the deer hunting, you're kind of by yourself. Like, you have to be quiet. You can't move. You don't really get to enjoy anything. Like, like, dude, you have to be so, like...
Yeah, still.
Like, you can't... and wait for something like that to come out, which is great. It's a beautiful animal, and it's a great trophy, but... I'm more of an experienced guy, and, like, there's nothing like a duck hunt, man.
You got to take him on an elk hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did a buffalo. I do like...
okay.
Dude,
that's...
I killed a monster, boy. I do like big game hunting.
Yeah.
When it comes down to Florida, I just like... It's more of the ambiance and, like, hanging out with your peeps and hanging by a fire. There's nothing... We were talking about the top 3 duos of all time the other night, and, like, a bourbon and a fire is on my top 3 duos. You know what I'm saying? Like a Ben Affleck and a Matt Damon, that's my duo when it comes to a movie. Kobe and Shaq, like that's a duo. That would probably be my top 3.
Yeah, it sounds like we need to get on a good duck hunt.
Good duck hunt.
I do love duck, but yeah, I've never experienced like a super enjoyable duck hunt.
Good hunt, yeah.
Yeah.
I've not.
I just like the results of it, you know.
Been in
like
several, you get up at 3, go out there, you put 1,500 decoys out in the mud, in the sludge, and then you sit
2 of them,
and you don't see any ducks.
I think the equivalent to his duck hunting story for us was our experience pheasant hunting.
Oh, dude,
Pheasant hunting for me was that same experience because it was so like you're loud, it's very casual.
It's
more,
a gentleman's hunt.
It's more like of like shooting than hunting.
Yeah, you're not really
Dove.
hunting.
I would like to maybe even
yeah.
back up and say any type of, even turkey to an extent, because you kind of have to
can
move around
move
and get them coming to you. But yeah, any type of like, I mean, duck, pheasant, dove. It's the camaraderie. It's the ambiance. It's like it's a gentleman's hunt.
Yeah, my right now my Mount Rushmore of hunting is cow elk.
As in that you've done it.
Well, it's just it's fun. Same you're talking about, a little bit more involved in that, like you got to get up, you go climb some hills, you glass. All right, we found a cow elk. I don't care what a rack looks like.
And usually they're just everywhere.
They're just everywhere. You got 8 or 10 in a herd, and you're like, let me find a big body, and I'm going to shoot the big body, and then we hang out, and you got a bunch of meat.
Now, can I go on that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but do I have to have a tag?
Yeah, you got to, well, if you're going to just hang out, no, but if you like.
I know, but can I just say, can you call me and say, hey, Pat, come on, go buy your tag, or is it like a lottery?
We have a place that we can just go buy.
I can just go buy it.
And
Okay, I'm in then.
And for generally, like, I feel like it's much easier to get
a cow tag.
a cow tag, yeah.
Okay,
yes
gotcha.
and no, depends on the winter kill. We've got a spot in Colorado that we hunt, and man, it's you could. I didn't get a cow tag this year, but one of our buddies had a cow tag in the group, and we saw 150 cows in 4 or 5 days, and they're just
I'm on that.
they're fun, man.
And
you're
then
just like,
and then
all right, let me get into a position, take a shot, we go get it, and then there's like it's physical, but it's fun. Like we just hang out in groups of 3, 2 or 3. You got a spotter usually, making sure you're making the shot, and it goes down, and then you got a camera guy usually.
Well, for context on like the cow, so the guy with the cow tag had a buck, like a mule deer buck tag, and so he was primarily hunting for that. And so he doesn't want to necessarily like blow up the hunt all the time, but we're seeing cows every time we're out. And then all of a sudden he decides like, I'll go after
some
that.
Heavy peer pressure.
Yeah. He's like, I'll go after that one. But then he killed that cow. Like it's, I don't want to say it's easy,
it's not
but
easy, but it's easier.
It's easier. Yeah.
When you're not as selective, like
it's similar to like, I would say the difficulty is similar to like, if you have a good spot to have like a doe day, and you go slay some does, like you go get a cow.
A little bit more physically involved than going to kill some
Yeah,
guys,
but like the difficulty in
How to
terms
get
of
to
like
it, yeah.
success rate
Yeah.
would be similar.
No, I get that.
it's a ton of fun.
Like you're
Have
pretty
you done
certain.
what about a moose hunt? Have you killed a moose?
Scott, that's Scott's dream for
Mine
us.
too.
Me and Scott like hunt in a pair, and
I would
mostly
love-
I hunt, and he gets it with the camera.
Yeah, I would love to film a moose hunt, and I'd love to do a moose hunt. Like both things on my bucket list.
The hard part for me right now is my kids are so young, and you have to like 12 days in a row. Like I can
You're getting
with elk
after it,
hunting,
yeah.
I can go 7 days home for a week or two, 7 days home for 2 weeks, 7 days. Kind of the way we did it this year. We did 2 archery hunts and then a rifle hunt, and so but being gone for 12 or 14 days, and then my wife not having like contact, she rightfully so thinks that we're gonna die every day that we're out there because we do a lot of stupid stuff. But so she gets a little worried. So
Dude, you've got the whole fitness aspect to it, and you enjoy doing that. You're good at that, but you have to do that to do that type of hunting. I have a buddy right now, Brian Illig, and that's where I duck hunt is Maple Ranch, just south of Kansas City in Missouri. He's doing the North American 29 right now. And like he's like at 22 or 23 at the 29. And like, dude, you've got to be physically and mentally like locked in to kill these animals.
that's awesome.
So you said you.
But he can't kill a polar bear. That's the 29.
That would be the one. Yeah,
That's the 29.
You said you did a buffalo hunt.
yeah.
That's sweet.
Elaborate on that.
Bro, it was unbelievable, man. It was in Nebraska at Dismal River. And I'm kind of like y'all when it comes to like, going with your boy or experience. I have a stepdad. My stepdad came into my life maybe right when I was 18. And I like to do like once a year do trips with him. And it could be I'm talking about from a buffalo hunt to we went to Kentucky, Florida basketball. And that was just as epic as the hunt. Florida won on a buzzer beater. It's unbelievable. But so we get to Nebraska, man, and it was like it's snowy, it's cold, and we were glassing them, and they were like on the other side of this river, and we were like, all right, we got to go down and get them. We had an ATV, and we got stuck, and it took us until like 10, 11 p.m. that night to finally get unstuck, go back to the cabin, and you're like in the middle of nowhere. Next day, we go close to the same spot, and that herd is now on our side of the river, which is awesome. And dude, it was one of those things where you kind of got lucky. There wasn't a ton of them, but there was like 4 or 5 of them, and you could kind of like what you're saying. You could choose the one that you really wanted.
Is it bull tag or cow tag? Bull.
And like, dude, this thing's a monster.
2,000-ish pounds.
It was 1,900.
It's almost like
1,900 pounds, and just to be there and like and we're talking about like 2 feet of snow. Like it's snowing, it's cold, and like they're big, beautiful animals, man, and. I took a great shot on it.
What'd you shoot it with?
A
300?
No.
7 mil?
No, I just built it. It was a God, why'd you just ask me?
Sorry.
It was I had just built the gun. It was
Keep saying calibers until you.
I was about to say 309. It wouldn't be.
7 mil.
I already said 7 mil. 7 mil, 300.
keep going.
Trying to think what even else you would kill
I'm not the
something
gun
that
guy.
big with.
That's all I got.
That's a D-lane thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna anyways, I'll figure
come
that
back to
out.
it.
But dude, I had to shoot it 5 times.
Been there.
And then you go like when you finally you got to field dress it out there, and it's like, oh yeah, you put 4 in the lung, which you would think, like lung, dude. But those animals are breathing like once every 2 minutes, it seems like, right? And then that last one just happened to hit the heart, and it just fell down.
The esophagus on a bison, buffalo versus a cow. Well, we'll look it up after. Or the trachea. It's so much different.
I can tell.
Yeah, they can breathe for. I mean, that's what they did. They run, right? You look out here in the winter in the cold, and they'll just be running around. It's crazy versus cows.
And
I was so happy too. I took a picture. I'll show y'all the picture when we're done. Like I had my shirt off, and I'm like, dude, the grizzly man out there. I was so happy.
Did you make a rug? What all did you do?
Yeah, so the cool thing about when you kill a buffalo, you get 3 trophies, and you get your European mount, and that's with like the legit, horns on it, and then you get kind of a cast horn on the skull itself, and then you get the rug, or the hide. I made a rug. I mounted you
Hero
know,
mount?
the skull with the cask horn, so not the legit horns.
Legit
and then I
horns.
gave the European mount to my grandfather
Oh, nice. Heck yeah.
to put at our cabin down the ranch. That was like his birthday gift.
That meat is incredible too.
Oh, it's so good.
So
it's beef.
good.
I mean, it's a sweet
well,
beef.
it's just not as fat. I need
It's a
some
sweet beef.
fat, and I actually, believe it or not, donated every ounce of that meat to a charity in Nebraska. I didn't take any of it home. I'm a beef guy, dude. I need some.
Have you had a buffalo ribeye?
Yes, I don't like it,
man. The ones that we've had have been just as good on par with beef.
Dude, I'm that guy. It's so funny, like y'all got to come to our ranch down in Florida. Like, it's just as southern as it gets, bro. Like, I'll eat some like grilled duck, maybe some poppers, like bacon and jalapeno.
Oh
and
yeah.
cream cheese and like a grilled duck.
Yeah.
But dude, for the most part, throw that thing in a fryer, man. And
Fried up.
dude, like fried venison, fried gator, fried turkey. Like, I love that type of stuff when it comes to like cooking.
Makes it good. Use that little. We did
So good.
We actually fried those. You didn't have that squirrel last year when Clay and Brent came out. That was actually surprisingly good. We killed a bunch of squirrels a couple years ago. My son is just like, that's what he wants to do. He's like a squirrel dog. You shoot him, he goes to get some, wants to carry him the whole time, playing with him, you know, that type of thing. And
He loves squirrels.
I made squirrel egg rolls for a Super Bowl party, and nobody knew that they were squirrel, and everybody loved them because it tastes like
Chicken?
it tastes like the dark meat on chicken, honestly.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Doesn't
do it the right way.
everything just taste like chicken?
Yeah, that's what I was
for
getting
sure.
at.
Yeah, for sure. But they were great, and then people, once they found out they were squirrel, they were a little upset. But
Do you hunt? Have you done much like gator hunting down there? Then
Dude, we just killed 2 of them the other night. Yeah.
that would be so fun. I think we've got a buddy that does that.
yeah, he loves it.
I got to be
What do
careful
you eat? Just
to
the tail,
make
right?
sure it's...
Legal.
There was a point in time, I have not done this in a long time, so hear me out.
So the statute of limitation is passed.
Yeah, because you could kill them as a nuisance on your cattle farm. I mean, number one, they killed the hell out of cattle dogs, but they were a nuisance in that we had killed some, not on our property. I forgot where I killed them. Anyways, but now in Florida, it's a lottery system, and my buddy pulled 2 tags, and so we went out there as you can get helper tags in Florida, and he killed the 2. But it's a true lottery system where you put in the counties that you'd like to do it, and if you get lucky and get a tag, awesome. If you don't get a tag, move on. He got 2 tags, so we killed 2 the other night. It's awesome. It's the best part. It's so fun, and yeah, gator tail.
You just eat the tail, right?
Yeah.
That's what,
I was about to ask, how much meat do you get off one of those?
We didn't get a ton. We killed an 8-footer and a 7-footer. Okay. Last year I killed legally 13-foot. I mean, dude, there's some like,
Jeez.
I mean, they're dinosaurs. Some of them are.
Yeah.
You got the phosphate mines down there, where they'll get in those phosphate ponds, and like you're mining for like years down there in Florida, and there's these ponds that they're posted up for 100 years in there, and nobody can mess with them in there.
So you kill a 13-foot gator, it's like 100 years old?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
Like, there's some that get to 100 years old.
That's crazy.
I don't know the age of that one,
Can
but
you
yeah, it was 13.
can you get them aged in any way?
I think there's something kind of with the teeth, like what you would see,
like with with your bear or something like that.
And all that.
Yeah, because it was like whenever he killed a bear a couple years ago, you got to take it like as soon as you can, get it checked out by the
CPW.
Yeah, and they took the teeth and aged it.
I need to actually reach out. I'm supposed to call and see what the age was.
Yeah, but it would be cool to do out the gator. It's like, yeah, this guy was 75 years old.
Because they get old, dude. I mean, they're...
So how much meat comes off a 7 to 8 footer then?
I have it right here, actually. It was you got 11 20-ounce bags.
11.
Okay.
20 ounce
Or
bags, so
what are the big
almost-
Ziploc? Is that 2? That's 2-ounce bags. So
Yeah.
it would have been 24 ounces of meat that came off of that
it's like 2 pounds almost ish.
7.5 footer, which sounds about right. It wasn't that like
Yeah, you don't get.
you're not really. We have so many big gators down there that like you're kind of upset, but it's one of those things like you don't get a tag every year, so
Yeah,
like
right.
it is what it
You
is.
gotta-
And truly, it is kind of like a deer mentality of those smaller, younger ones actually kind of taste better sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. So you go out and find those. You don't like.
Yeah,
you're not-
you'll go out to the lake. I mean, if you get, for instance, like Polk County, the county that we're in, I mean, there's a lot of lakes in Polk County, and you just kind of know where to go. And you just get up there at night, and you're shining, and you see its lights, and you can tell by the width of the lights, like if it's big, if it's not big, type of deal. And then after that, everybody has their own kind of MO, where we have like a treble hook, and we'll cast it behind it, and then reel, and then hook it,
and then
you got the bang stick. But there's some people that, like, you know, I guess maybe put a piece of chicken on the hook and hope that it bites it or anything like that.
Yeah. I feel like, so this early this year, we deer hunted in Oklahoma with Clay Newcomb, and one of the nights we had him or Brent caught the catfish. I don't remember who.
Yeah.
One of the two caught the catfish, and we fried it over the fire in some of Clay's bear grease, and that was like the best meal I've had this entire year. I feel like a similar experience would be catching that gator down in Florida and then frying up some gator tail.
Night.
Yeah, that night, that'd be pretty cool.
It's so good, dude. Gator tail is like, it might be my favorite when you think about wild meat. I do like turkey though a lot.
Turkey is good.
Like fresh, you just killed it.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think is cool about like people that hunt, and we're going back to like talking about the food sources and that sort of thing, is certain moments and like intimate moments you have with your food, like talking about, you know, you kill the turkey that day and eat it, or like last year I killed a doe up in Michigan, and 2 hours later we were like cooking up the heart, things like that I think outdoors men have a greater appreciation for food. It ties in, like you were saying, to the farming as well.
Sustainability of farming.
It's the most underrated thing about hunting, in my opinion, is like the starvation piece and being able to be self-sufficient, feed yourself. And, you know, just like y'all, I'm sure you're shooting to kill. You're not going and wounding a bunch of animals. And like there is that's a huge part of hunting, is to actually supply food for people.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's so many cool elements when you think about hunting that people overlook that make it a challenge for some people that don't like hunting, that just assume that we're killing
just to kill.
It just gets overlooked. Like, I think there's a huge mental health aspect to it. Mm-hmm. I think there's a huge faith aspect to it. I think there's a huge, beautiful interior design aspect to it. These camps around the country are unbelievable, guys. I mean, like, it's crazy. And that gets, in my opinion, like, you know, a lot more people involved.
Get some trades involved.
And then, like, the food and cooking aspect of it, I think is really cool as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, obviously everybody points to conservation of it. It's like you touched on it earlier, but hunters and vegetarians, vegans want the same thing, actually. They want healthy herds for them and their families to enjoy down the road. It's like we want the same thing. We're just going at it a different way.
Correct.
Going back to something you mentioned earlier, because it was something I wanted to circle back on and go a little deeper. Talking about going back to farming, talking about getting the next generation of farmers, or whatever that capacity is, whether it's like a family farm or getting more people to get into it. Like, what are some of the big initiatives to continue, you know, these farming practices that we have to sustain our country?
I think it's kind of what we're doing. We are truly, like, people say, oh, that's cheesy. Like, we are truly trying to make farming cool.
Mm-hmm.
Any way that I can do that.
Yeah.
It's like, excuse me. It's like people that you would never know are in farming or want to be in farming or in farming. Like, dude, Von Miller's a beast. I love him. Dude was like MVP.
I didn't realize he was still playing until they were playing the Commander, or Lions were playing the Commanders the other night.
That's my boy, dude. I love
They're like, Von Miller, he's a little slower, but he's still here. And he basically had a pressure on Goff that,
he is a dude.
Yeah.
And they've got the greener pastures chicken, but guess what? It's not just Vaughn. Pat Mahomes is in it. Ed Oliver's now in it. Drew Brees is in it. Like, if I can continue to shed light on how cool it is to be in farming, I think that helps. Outside, there's definitely some governmental stuff that has to. I mean, like, you got to pay them more I've said this before, we do such a great job, whether it's your law enforcement, whether it's cancer patients, whatever it is, on highlighting them. There's a whole month of football teams like doing a cancer initiative. I lost an uncle to cancer. I'm not I need cancer to get figured out. It seems like every week you lose somebody close to you from cancer. That's an initiative that we have to continue to find out. That being said, like, where are we at with the farmers, dude? Like, who's feeding you? Like, the SEC should be celebrating one weekend a year of every team wearing something that supports American farmers. Like, because you have to have cross collaborations with industries to make it cool, to make people want to do it. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. Like, country music and farming is a huge collaboration. Farming and football, and you can dissect it to whether it's FCC football or Big Ten or whatever. And some schools do, don't get me wrong. Independent. Like, you have to have some cross collaborations to highlight it. Or, dude, you're going to be...
There's an intimidation factor, so 100%. Education is a huge piece of it, I think.
It is, but the money piece is like, dude, it's hard. Like, AI is not coming into my town. Like, it's like, dude, you got to wake up Monday through Sunday at 5 a.m. whenever you need to and work. Like, it is the most thankless job out there, and they're badasses, man. Yeah. And, like, if everybody can do their part to, like, highlight not only farming, but it's a lifestyle too. It truly is. It's a great lifestyle, man. It's like, it's the back of a pickup truck lifestyle. It's like, what's in the cooler lifestyle. It's turning on, country music lifestyle. It's like, when you meet a lady, you take off your hat. When you shake a man's hand, you look him in the head. You open the door for a woman. You say, yes, ma'am, no, sir. Like, it's a lifestyle that, like, there is an education piece to it. And I think we're not doing a great job getting people into this lifestyle. Yeah. And we need farmers.
I told you a little bit yesterday. I was talking to both of you guys. My 8-year-old son yesterday, we've got a little bit of a leak in our water system. So instead of letting it run automatically and the valve open, we got a little leak. So we'll just turn it on for a little bit, fill it up, turn it off. Well, while we were doing that, we put some feed out for the bison. It's starting to get cold. And it's way easier, especially with those things. You open the gate, you have somebody in a vehicle that pulls through. You're not opening the gate, getting in the vehicle, whatever. So I let my 8-year-old drive. I've got a little GMC Canyon farm truck, and I let him front seat. I'm like, all right, here's how you put it in drive. He drives the Ranger religiously. Kid can drive it great. I make him, it's going to sound counterintuitive, I don't let him put a seatbelt on because it keeps it in limp mode. So he's driven that for the past probably year now. Mm-hmm. Gas, brakes. Like Scott the other day was like, "Oh, you let him actually drive, not just steer."
Yeah, we're moving cameras and stuff for the deer, and he's sitting there, and I thought Rich was doing gas and brake, and Trice is sitting there steering. And then you said something about he's like operating the whole thing, and then
which is terrifying.
My first reaction is, well, I hope he doesn't kill me. My second reaction is, that's pretty impressive. He's done a good job so far.
And so yesterday, he's wanting to go out there with me. I was trying to save him from his mom killing him, and so I'm like, they were out of school, so we go out to the gate, and I hop out of the truck, and I'm like, all right, how am I gonna do this? And finally, I was like, all right, buddy, you want to drive the truck? And his eyes, cool. I must it was like I told him he was a man, and so I explained, I'm like, hey, to put it, usually you pull the shifter down and put it in drive on the Ranger. This is the same thing. It just has a button. And I'm like, pull through. When I say stop, you stop. And dude, he got through, and he's like, all right, can I keep driving? I'm like, yeah, we're in a 30-acre field over here. He's not going to hit anything. And so I let him just roll. And man, you'd have thought he got done, and that like sense of accomplishment, the life skill, like, at 8 years old, he's driving a truck, right? And so those are the types of things that, when we built the farm, it is a business, but it's not our main focus. But man, those life lessons that those kids get to get and be a part of and see, that's what it's about to me.
We talk about it all the time. The life lessons that you can learn on a farm are endless. And the kids these days are way more intuitive than they were when they're locked in. Mm-hmm. They're getting a lot smarter, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and so it's cool, man. We get to do those things and share those types of things. They don't have video games. They don't do any of that. They get to run out. We don't have fear of Maine. I'm like, hey, stay out of the woods. in deer season because you get shot, or, you know, other than that, you know, they can go out. They've got, you know, 170, 180 acres right here that they can just go. And you can't put a price tag on that.
No. Country is not where you're from. It's how you live, man. And that's just facts. It just is. It's how you live your life. It's how you teach your kids. It's how you were taught. Like, it's a lifestyle that I want to be in, and not everybody wants to be in it, and that's fine. And that's why I always say, like, I didn't start this company to lock in on the 60 million people in rural America. I started this company to lock in the people outside that are looking in, that want to be in this lifestyle. See?
Where, I guess, where do you see, you have the podcast right now. What other avenues, or where do you see, or I guess you have multiple podcasts you said on the network, but like, where are you trying to take this thing to keep spreading that message?
I ask myself that every day, dude. I don't know. It's like, I mean, we have something really good. We will continue to build the brand. We will continue to add more shows. We'll grow the team. I personally want to do more stuff as well. Like, I enjoy what I'm doing. Storytelling is one of my most favorite things to do. Like, I really enjoy that. So we have some things coming down the pipeline that I'm excited about. I think you'll see more activations, live events. And the show's going to hopefully be able to run like organically just on itself. But like myself personally, like I want to continue to do other things that still lead back to kind of what the main goal was, the mission, I call it a movement of just like, you know, highlighting rural America. Rural America is so many things, man. It's so many things. It's like, and I'm opinionated, I'm biased, but like, you know, having faith in your life is like rural America. Like hunting, fishing is rural America. Like treating women right and being a good dad and being a good mom and like, you know, driving a pickup truck and wearing boots. Like, it's just this lifestyle that I really, really enjoy, and I want to continue to do more stuff with it. And I don't know what that means exactly, like how I do it, but it'll be more than podcasts. Like I like storytelling, to answer that in the short form. Yeah. Like, I want to continue to tell
stories, man.
Yeah. That's and awesome. I don't know whether it's books, whether it's movies, whether it's whatever. Like, I want to continue to do that. I love it, dude. I'm passionate about it.
Love it, dude. Where can people find you?
Anywhere, baby. YouTube, any socials, like.
Just type in Pat.
Yeah, just type in Pat. No, because you'll see Pat McAfee, dude. God dang it, man. Golly. But look, you can find me on Like a Farmer podcast on all your socials on YouTube. And like I said, activations, live events, we're going to continue to do it. And keep a lookout for, I'm being serious when I say like cross-collabing with other brands. Like, we have been so fortunate with our brands that have partnered with us, whether it's Tacovas, whether it's Outlaw Beer, whether it's Case Knives. Isn't that crazy? Like, Case Knives, dude. You just know Case Knives because that's what your grandpa always had in his pocket. But, like, they're one of our biggest partners. Like, they're picking up what we're putting down. Like, these brands are getting behind this mission. It's so cool. So I would recommend that for anybody if you have a brand to continue to cross-collab on with whoever, because you're just gaining a new audience.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Get it out there.
I appreciate what y'all are doing, though, man. Seriously, like, the fitness thing is just, I wish I was, we're going to do a little workout.
Right? Yeah, we'll work out.
Because I told all my boys I was coming here, and apparently, like, before we finish, I got to talk, I got a couple questions. Like, they say that you were, like, the man in CrossFit back in the day.
Used to be.
No, they clear that up.
You've seen Angels in the Outfield?
They cleared that up.
Yeah, you know, like when he's like, you used to be Mel Clark. That's me. I used to be Rich Froning, but yeah.
Gotcha.
Still hanging on.
Well, you know, I had, speaking of Angels in the Outfield, Neil McDonough came on the show. All right. And that was one of my top Neil McDonough movies.
So good.
Yeah.
Such a classic.
And now he's on all of the TV shows with Taylor Sheridan, which goes back to the other thing, too. Like, Sheridan's doing the same thing. Like, and doing
Yellowstone.
No matter what you do, this is what I love about y'all. You have to be authentic.
Man.
You have to be. Mm-hmm. You can't be fake. That's why the first thing I say is like, dude, I know a lot. Oh yeah, I get to watch my family do farming every single day, but I'm not a farmer. I'm not saying that I am, but I'm authentic to it. And you have to.
You want to put the spotlight on it. And you're doing what you know. I think it's awesome, man. Yeah. So, I mean, I think authenticity is where it's at. That's what we've The last couple of years, we partner with brands that we can be authentic with and be who we are. You know, like we don't want to be super. Obviously, you got to sell stuff to make it happen, but you also want to be authentic to it. So that's a big
if you can be authentic and you believe in yourself, dude, watch out.
Make it happen.
Believe, like, no matter if you have an idea, like, believe. Start an LLC. I'm gonna put that on a hoodie. Start an LLC. Like, believe. Believe you can do something. You can do it.
Love it. Awesome, dude. Yeah, let's go do some fitness.
Love it.